and the London government that you can delay democracy, but you cannot deny democracy. There was going to be a common factor in the 20 demonstrations around Scotland in the 6 European capitals, is that people are looking for the way forward. And Scotland cannot take this lying down. In a way, the Supreme Court might do us a favour, because in their arrogant way, they've over-egged the pudding. What they've said to Scotland is you don't have the right to choose. You're not a real nation. We'll make the big decisions in the Supreme Court, in the London Parliament, and you Scots, you can go on with making wee decisions, but you're not entitled to a say in your own future. Well, we're here to say that no self-respecting Scot could ever tolerate people running down our nation and our right of self-determination. So what's to be done? Well, firstly, I think immediately, within the next week, all Scottish MSPs and MPs who believe in independence should gather in a constitutional convention in Edinburgh, our capital city. They should invite Civic Scotland, and the purpose should be to make a declaration, not of independence, a declaration of Scotland's right to self-determination, because the Supreme Court decision cannot be allowed to stand. And that Edinburgh Declaration should be rammed down the throats of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom and the London government. That Scotland will not be denied its democratic rights. Secondly, demonstrations. The 19 demonstrations when it's fair and the 1 demonstration when it's raining. All our 20 demonstrations around Scotland tonight. This must be the start of popular agitation, not the end of it. These should be recurrent, because street protests, popular agitation, peaceful action by the people is an essential part of any successful campaign. So what we've got here, gathered in front of Inverurie Town Hall, is just a small part of the mass movement that's going to be necessary to assert Scotland's right to choose. Thirdly, if the Scots Parliament can't have an independence referendum, then it should look at the referendum it could have within competence, perhaps asking the people about extending the power of the Scottish Parliament to include an independence referendum. I'll tell you a secret. That's one of the things I had up my sleeve 10 years ago when I was forcing David Cameron to concede an independence referendum. That's the third thing we can do. And the last thing we should do is this. If there's going to be a plebiscite election, whether it be in a general election or a Scottish election, then for goodness sake, fight that election as Scotland United. Fight it as one candidate for each constituency. Don't fight it as political parties, because if you do that, then the opposition will spend their entire time talking about the state of the health service or ferries that don't sail. Fight it on the single issue of Scottish independence, of Scotland's right to choose, of Scottish democracy. That one issue which should unite all parties and all the people of the independence campaign. That has to be the way forward. Now, I've made many speeches in Inverurie. This, I have to say, is the first one I've made in the bus stop. But hopefully, as you can see from the honking that's been going on, it's not just in front of this town hall, in front of this bus stop. This is a part of a mass movement that's going to demand the right to choose. Scotland's rights as a nation, because they underrate us if they think we'll accept Scotland being diminished. Whatever other ideas we may have, whatever policy differences we may have, whatever party differences we have, what unites us and what unites Scotland is that we are a nation equal with any other nation. And we have that thing which is part of the human condition, recognised by the United Nations, by the Helsinki Accord, by the Strasbourg Court, our essential right as a people to choose our own future. It's Scotland's choice and Scotland's democracy. Thank you very much.